Around 10 or 12, I was mad keen sportsman. I was probably keener on rugby and hockey in those days than I was on sailing. But I didn't really envisage being a professional sportsman. You know, you look at the guys on TV, and you sort of have dreams that maybe at that age that you could be, but at the time it didn't really appear to be a pathway for me to be a professional sportsman. I guess it was only really when I got to a little bit older and the opportunity came along in match racing where I could really see that pathway. And once it was there, I thought I'd go for it and see if I can walk down that path. It's the competition. If I'd been a great rugby player, I'd have loved to have been a rugby player. If I'd been a great hockey player or tennis player, I really enjoy the competitive side. Turns out sailing was my sport, and it was the one that I was good at, so the one I pursued. First Briton to win a match racing world championship, first European to win multiple world championships. Getting out and really challenging yourself against the other best sailors in the world is really what brings me back. So we've got Jerry Mitchell on the main sheet, the grey hair on the team. He's sort of the oldest guy. He's been around the world sailing, I think, 3 times.
It's an obsessive thing when you do what we do, and generally when you're out for dinner, out for a beer, the topic of conversation always ends up coming back to sailing.
We have Mal Parker trimming. He's sort of the quiet guy on the team, but he's the guy that's always there getting the job done.
If we are in a very close match, it does get quite noisy and there's a lot of shouting, mostly at the other boat.
Hey, 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 hey! Brothers! Yeah, come on, give it to me, you're tacking. You're nowhere near there, mate.
We've got Chris Main on tactics. He's probably the most effusive person on the team.
Don't do it, Eric! Come on, hit him, come on! Don't do it! Don't drive there! Don't drive there! Come on! Yes! Yes!
Nice one, mate.
We've got a constant ongoing battle as to what the best way around the course is.
It's strong tactically to jibe, Chris, but
A lot more pressure on this side.
all right, happy to go straight then.
I'm always looking to sail the fastest way around the course, and Ian's always looking to make sure we're in front of the other boat.
What do you want, Chris? I'm actually not agreeing at the moment, Chris. Have another look, please. I really like the way he's explaining as a tactician what's going through his mind, and that keeps me updated on what's going on.
Good calls, Chris. They're really nice. It's not easy, eh?
We've got Graham Spence on the bow. He's been a competitor of ours for many years with Torvar Mirsky, so it's been really good having him come in and learn what they did as their team and what we can learn from their team.
It'll always pop up at dinner conversations where he'll be like, oh, I remember the third race of the quarterfinals at Match Race Korea in 2000 and whatever, and I'm like, I've got no idea, and he'll be like, oh, that penalty was ridiculous.
Penalty against Williams.
He's got a database in his mind, every penalty that's gone against him, for him, every situation, every wind shift, makes him a very powerful competitor. He's always learning, he's always developing.
It's fairly well known that I take quite an analytical approach to my sailing and probably to my life as well. It is that sort of logical outlook on things that I bring to the sport that probably comes across in my personality as well. We've had a good season, we've done half the job, we need to finish it off here, and we're confident that if we bring our A game, we've got enough. But as always, particularly when it's very shifty, it's easy to make mistakes, so we need to be wary of that, and we'll just keep chipping away. It is a cliche, but one race at a time.
It is history making in front. Ian Williams and the GAC PIndar crew have won the Monsoon Cup and the Match Racing World Championship in amazing fashion.
Another 3-0 victory for GAC PIndar, who had won 19 of their 20 matches over the whole regatta, a notable achievement in itself.
I mean, these guys just did a great job. I think with these shifty conditions to go 19-1 for the regatta, I couldn't be happier with the performance. It's obviously been a very good year for Team GAC PIndar. We've made 6 finals out of 7. I think as we mature, we've learnt the game more and more and more. Had a great team this year, as always. And I feel that the systems and the processes have really come together at this regatta, and and they've all worked. So yeah, as I say, couldn't be happier.
Ian Williams had won the Monsoon Cup against Mathieu Richard, a stunning performance from Williams, who had only hours earlier won his 5th ISAF World Championship title. He has become the most successful match racing helmsman of all time, and he is the only skipper ever to have won 3 Monsoon Cups, the final event on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour.
We equalled Peter Gilmore in 2012, and that was fantastic in itself. We were very, very disappointed to miss out on the World Tour last year, and that really, I think, gave us the extra impetus to come back this year stronger, and 2014-15, you know, make sure we got the title. So really couldn't be happier to have gone five times world champion.
From a total prize purse of $500,000 for the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, Ian Williams' season victory earns him $100,000. He also receives 310,000 Malaysian ringgits, approximately $86,000 for his Monsoon Cup victory.
One World Series.
One World Championship.